to grow your business? Do you feel frustrated and like things are not going the way that you need them to go? Well, if that's you and you want to build a business and you want to do it with biblical principle, with God as your CEO, you have found yourself at the right place at the right time. And I want to welcome you out. My name is Cathy McReynolds. I am the founder and CEO of Bible Business Academy. And what we do is we help you build a business with biblical principles. Now, if you already have a business in place and you need more customers and you want to get your marketing up, you want to get your advertising where it needs to be, and you want to be able to impact and create more income, you've also found yourself at the right place. We can help you do that. So as you come on, say hello so I can say hello back to you. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what type of business do you have. And I'm also, guys, if you can do me a favor too as well, go ahead and hit that share button. I am going to, I just grabbed my phone over here, so I'm going to hit that share button. We got a great talk today, and I'm going to tell you guys a story in a second as to where this came from and why we decided to do it, because it's definitely, it wasn't something that I wanted to do, but you have to be obedient when God talks to you and tell you exactly what you need to do. So I am, for some reason, let me get back over here and get this shared out to our page. Because it's not doing it. So hello. I can't see you or see your comments right now, but I definitely, if you say hello, I'm going to make sure that we go ahead and respond back to you. We can see you at the end. So don't hesitate to put that comment in there. And okay, so we're getting that shared to our news group, and I'm also going to share this to the book. I had to find out exactly why all of a sudden we're not streaming to our page as well, because that is something that it's supposed to set up to do. But guess what, y'all? It's technology and it doesn't matter. We're still going to get it done. And I pray that God, if you're watching now, that he directs your step and gives you insight to make things happen the way you need it to happen, and most importantly, the way he wants it to happen for you. So make sure, if you don't have them, or if you have them, pull out your workshop show notes. Get your show notes, guys. Every week we put these out, and inside of your show notes, it walks you through everything that we talk about. So you can download these if you're catching it during the live or the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and switch things over, and we're going to get this started. And if you don't have your show notes, it's okay. Grab a pen, grab a paper, and you can take notes until you get it. But we're going to talk about attacking your lack so that you can grow your business and grow your lifestyle. And today we're going to come from Psalms 34:10. It says, the young lions suffer want and hunger. Have you ever suffered want and hunger? Is there something that you've desired and you wanted to make it happen and it didn't happen? And you were just like, man, why is this happening to me? But those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Now, when I just said that and you're like, but I'm seeking him and nothing is still working, I promise you this will help you out today. So you got to ask yourself, what is the real problem that you're facing as a faith-based entrepreneur? Is it getting into heaven, right? Do you think about that? Having a great family, or building a successful business? Which one of these problems do you think about? Or is there another problem? If it is, drop it in the comments for me. Or do you really know what the problem is? Do you really know why you're not doing what you need to do? Why you're not making it in business? Why you're not having the lifestyle that you want? Why you're not doing those things? See, the most urgent problem really facing you today is how to get your needs met while you live on earth, on your way to heaven, as you grow the kingdom for Christ and do his will. People are worried about their spiritual life, their physical life, and their financial life. So with all of that going on in their head, it's kind of hard to focus on other things. And so, what we're going to talk about is help you to discover what the real problem is, that problem that is always attacking you. It attacks your ability to become happy and successful. It attacks, it changes from time to time. Sometimes you feel great, sometimes you're not, and sometimes it's this problem or that problem. It literally challenges your ability to have a good relationship with others. And unfortunately, y'all, it also challenges your walk with God. See, this problem that you're facing, it is never relenting. Its opposition seems like a storm cloud blotting out the suns. It fills you with anxiety and fear. It makes you question, are you really saved? Are you really like keeping God first? If God, you might even have this thought, like, if God cares so much about you, about the earth, about existence, then why is all of this stuff happening? If you can make it if you could take like all of your problems that you have and just put it in one word, we're going to call it lack. What are you lacking? Which so happens to describe most people everyday life. They wake up thinking about what they're lacking versus what they have. And our goal is to help you switch that around. When you're in this need, when you're in this form, when you're in that state of having that lack mindset, and you're thinking about your spiritual, your physical, and your financial they're not being met in the way that gives you some breathing room. So you could just be like, you got some peace of mind, you got some evidence that you're going to make it. It leads to like you feeling like giving up, like you just want to quit, like you just don't want it to happen. And so when that happens, if you've been there, what you're feeling is you're frustrated. You're wondering, like, dang, why me? Why is this happening to me? You ask yourself, what have I done to deserve this? Have you ever asked yourself that? Like, what have I done to deserve this? If you have, drop that in the comments for me. See, these questions, they often are unanswerable. Like, nobody can give you an answer for it. It only tends to lead to frustration, which leads to the bottom line question: why me? Is there something wrong with me? Why me? Have you ever wondered why me? Why does as they say, why do bad things happen to good people? So before I get into all of this and why we're talking about this, I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Cathy McReynolds. I'm the founder of Bible Business Academy. I am from Akron, Ohio. Been a business owner for the last 25 years, with the exception of 1 year when everything crashed about, I don't know, that's probably like 10, 12, 14, I don't know, years ago, 2008, whatever that was, right? I lost everything, went to work for the bank for about a year and a couple months, and I'm like, I can't do this. I had been free, and I made the decision to leave there. 6 months later, went over six figures. I've had businesses that made multiple six figures. I've lost businesses. I've had ups and I've downs. And I've even been in that situation before of why me, So I understand that frustration. I know where you're at. And our goal is to help you to get out of that. And the reason why I got a Bible Business Academy started was not because it was something that I was looking to do. I only did it because God kept speaking to me and saying, this is what I need you to do. And I finally became obedient with it over a year ago and made that decision to go all in. And let me tell you, y'all, it's the best business. It's the best, just the feeling when you're running and operating in God's will. And I want that for you. I want that for you. I want you to feel that excitement, that adrenaline, and all of that you feel when you're working for Him and you're operating in His will. I started laughing there because I thought about I was doing something and something wasn't working. And I finally figured it out. It took a couple of days to figure it out, but I never like got frustrated or anything, because when you do it for so long, you just don't get there. But when I got it, I remember I was just like, yes, God, yes, you're so awesome. I just love you. Like, I'm just talking to him like high five in the sky, like that's my best friend. And that's the kind of relationship you want to have with God, that excitement where he's your friend and you talk to him all the time. And it's not just some lost person up in the sky, or just somebody out there, but it's somebody who loves you more than you can ever. I like getting chills just saying that, more than you could ever imagine. And if you stick with him, I promise you, he'll help you get the life that you want. Also, guys, I want to let you know our book is available on Amazon. It's called Bible Business Secret: How to Build a Business with Biblical and Mission Marketing Principles. So you can pick that up there, or you can get it on, which I always suggest, you can get it on our book funnel at BibleBusinessAcademy.com/books. So we'll talk about that. So you guys know that I come on here every Thursday and we do different topics, whether it's marketing, advertising, sales, how to start your business, your online business. And we are always, or personal development or growth or whatever the case is. We're always, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, you can find us here. So I put out for this Thursday on how to, attack your lack in business. And as I start preparing for this, going back through some books and some trainings and stuff like that, God just like spoke to me and like, I don't need you just to do this one time. I need you to do a series, because people out there are hurting. And if they don't get their mind right, they can't get their money right. So this is why we're going to take what I'm going to share with you, some of the topics that we're going to cover, and we're going to run this out through the rest of the year, because the challenge is, you fall, you turn your life over to God, you get saved, and I'm going to share with you the emotions that you go through, the lack that you feel, the loss that you feel, and how to overcome that. And I promise you, next year, your 2022 or beyond, depending on when you're watching this, if you just do these things that we're talking about, if you just be transformed by the renewing of your mind, by focusing on his word, by listening, to different people like myself or other people out there, and letting them help coach you and mentor you to where you want to go, I promise you, everything that God said he will have for you will be for you. So I just want to share some of these topics that we're going to run this series on and go over. And do you know what the real problem is? That's what we're talking about today: how to attack your lack with the faith you already have. Learn from the Bible on how to start your attack, win your attack, how to win. Like, all you need to do, like, win it, like, because you're going to get attacked, right? But when you're there, you got to know how to win, how to attack your lack by giving. When reaping your harvest, how to obey and not give in or give up, and how to be patient. You got to learn to be patient. It took me some time to get to that patient mark. But when you know that his word will never change, you get patient about it. Your divine right to ask God, like, you have a right to have a conversation with God and ask him, what's in it for me? You got to understand why you can do that. And like, why the sun will shine again, why it will be happier times, why you'll be excited. Why, like, literally, when you saw my story, you saw that, I lost at like everything like that. I've been through so many businesses, ups and downs, so many losses, so many people like who you think are there for you that are not there for you. Like, you name it, it's been there. But through it all, you got to stay positive, you got to stay focused, and you got to know who you're really working for. We're also going to be covering, do you want miracles by the ounce, or you want them as big as the ocean? Like, what do you want? The great separation. We're going to talk about the great separation. See, because that's what what we're doing at Bible Business Academy. Our goal is to separate, have that great separation, that God kind of prosperity for the people that we teach, for our company, and for the people like to just blow up, do things bigger and better, and just give God all the glory and the honor for that. When you think all hope is lost, like how do you tap? Like when you just feeling like you don't want to get out the bed, you keep them covers over your head, you don't answer your phone, you gain some weight. How do I know? Because I've been there, right? And you tap into that. We want you to learn to, when you start to feel that way, how to attack it and get rid of it right away using God's word. And what happens to the man who sowed in famine and reaped 100-fold during the harvest? Because some of you say, man, the economy is tough. This is rough. People are like, it doesn't matter when God is ready to bless and rain down on you. It doesn't matter what's happening in the economy. You will still get what he has for you. We're also going to talk about how to attack your lack by using the word straight from the Bible. And then how will you? Because at the end of the day, he gives you free will, and it's up to you to make that decision, to accept his word, to believe his word, to go all in on it, and to become that person that you were created to be. And then we're going to give you 12 tools that you can use when you're under lack attack. A lack attack. We used to say Mac attack. Now we're saying lack attack. We don't want you under lack attack. So we're really going to be focusing in on all of this stuff, guys. And if you want to be a part of our membership program, just go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com /membership, and you can join our membership program. So when we're inside of the group, you'll get more information on this and get it quicker. So now, that was a mouthful. We're all back here. Do you know what the real problem is? That is our focus today. That's what we're going to talk about today, because you got to identify what your problem is. You got to identify where you're at. You got to I always say you got to have that mirror moment. I love having that mirror moment where I just go look in the mirror, and I'm going to either say, okay, McReynolds, what's going on? What's happening with you? And you just talk to you in the mirror, or you go in the mirror and you just start saying those affirmations and those faithformations, like, I am blessed. And you take your scriptures that you have and you just start saying them, and you're looking yourself dead in the mirror, and you're like, yes, you got this. Through Christ, all things are possible. And you're just talking to yourself like that in the mirror. You got to hype you up before anybody else will hype you up. Never depend on someone around you to make you feel that you're worthy or that you can do it. You have to be that one. And you do that by getting ingrained with God, with Jesus, knowing that what they say will happen. The life that they have for you will happen. You just have to stay in there. But with all that said, guys, I know the doubters slip into your mind, right? The doubters slip into your mind. I don't even say his name, because he ain't that, that begins with a D, right? Because he ain't even worthy for that name to come out of my mouth. So I'm going to call it the doubters slip in your mind. And you start hearing this stuff like being saved is not a solution. Like, saved people are broke. If you're sinning, you're winning. Your prayers are not even being answered. People in the world are doing better you. If you just sin and ask God to forgive you, like, you start thinking all these crazy thoughts, those thoughts will come. You will have them. It's no different than when Jesus went away to fast for 40 days and, that guy tried to trick him and say, hey, look at all of this stuff. You if you have this, you can serve me and I'll give you everything. So like those thoughts and that temptation will come to you. It is not like you are normal when you have these doubts, when you feel that way. But what's not normal is to let them meditate in your life and to keep that thought for a long time. And we're going to show you that as soon as it comes in, how to get rid of it and not even think about it anymore. See, in John 10:10, it says, the thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. And he says, I have come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. Like God wants you to have life, not only have it, but have it more abundantly. What does abundance mean to you? What, like, when you think about the word abundantly or abundance, what does that mean to you? And if you have not defined it, that's why you can't find it. So you must define what abundance means to you. Remember this, y'all. When the thief comes, remember that when they come and he's looking to steal, he's looking to kill, he's looking to destroy, and you know that the word says you may have a life and you may have abundantly. I want you to remember that God got you, that he has you. Even if you think, I hear you, Cathy, but where is he? Where's God? Bills are showing up like a floodgate. You're getting in trouble on every single side. You're worn out. You're weak. You're broken. You're scared. You have or even will shut down, or you simply given up, or you're thinking about giving up. I just want you to hold on. Don't give up, y'all. You even go to church. You're faithful with that. You hear the preacher, and you feel as if you're just sitting in that, in the pew, and stuff has happened around you, and you feel like you're all alone, all by yourself. Yes, you it's like this out of body experience, right? Others appears to be like in tune. They're all excited. Now your face says you're excited, but your inside is just hurting. Your mind is not attuned to what's going on, what's happening around you. You greet your family, you greet your friends, your business partners. You're excited. You have that fake smile on your face, and you feel all alone. You feel like you're lost, and you feel like you're losing. And you're like, man, I faithfully go to church. I'm paying offering. I'm paying tithes. I help other people. I'm faithful in going to work. I'm faithful in working on my business. But why isn't it working for me? You feel as if your existence in life is passing you by. If you feel what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up, an amen. You're alive, but you're not living. You don't feel excited, or the excitement of being saved or being a child of God is not thrilling or exciting to you. And it's not supposed to be this way. So you say, I hear you, but where's God? Where is he at in all of this? You talk about God, you post about him, you pray to God. And if you truly add up all the minutes that you talk, you post, and you pray, it may come to an hour. So I'm asking you who are watching this right now, each of us have 168 hours in a week that God has given to you. The 1 hour that has taken your entire life and made you feel a certain kind of way, what are you doing with the other 167? How are you really honoring him? Are you just a Sunday morning or a Sunday or one day a week kind of Christian? Are you just a one day a week when you go there, but you don't pick up your Bible and you don't read it, you don't meditate, you don't study on his words the other 6 days, those other 168 days? See, I also got to challenge you, because if you keep pointing the finger that way, you got all these other ones coming back to you. And until you can have that man or woman in the mirror moment, I call it that mirror moment, and you keep blaming other people for the situation, or you keep blaming God or the society or all of that, you're going to stay stuck. And we want you to attack that lack. We want you to get rid of it so that you can grow your business. So you said, okay, all right, yeah, you may got me. Yeah, I don't read every single day, morning, every single night. I don't do this. I don't pray like I should. But where is God? Like, why should I? Where is He at? Have you learned to fake it only to make it? Like, is that your mo? You're like, okay, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. Like, are you tired of living that way? Are you ready to like just wake up and truly feel happy and let it last throughout the whole day? Have you come to that realization that things are never going to get better, and they probably won't? You're going to die broke. You're going to, die. You'll never meet the right woman or man. Or you'll never have the right family. You'll never go on that great vacation. Like, have you just made up your mind that you will never build that great business that you want, that's in your heart, that you just can't get, you know, the courage to go out and get it done? Have you made that decision? And if you have, I want to help you unmake that. I want you to walk into, and it's not going to happen overnight, y'all. It is not, an easy thing, right? How do I know? Because I've been there before, right? You've mastered hiding how you feel, what you really think. You don't tell people what you really think. You just tell them what they need to hear. You don't tell them what you're hurt over. You don't tell them what you're frustrated about. You don't even share the fears that haunt you or the pain that you bear. You don't share that with anybody. Why? Because you don't think anybody really cares. Nobody's really listening. It's just you. And even though you can be married and with someone, or you with your family, it still makes you feel like when you're going through this stuff is just you. And I want to help you with that. See, you do things a good faith-based person should do. You read the Bible, but you don't know if it really relates to your life today. See, we're going to talk some true facts today. I want to meet you inside of your head, and some of the things that you think. I want you to think about these conversations that you're having, and once you're able to be honest about them, and you're able to say, yeah, I did that, I said that, I felt that way, you can change. But you got to be willing to open up, which might mean you got to go back and you got to watch this video over and over and over again. You might go from mad to angry to who does she think she is and what is she talking about, to being mad at God, to finally saying, you know what, yeah, I am feeling that way, but I don't want to feel that way. See, it is no different. You wonder what all this means. We grow up and we teach our kids, and we have this trumped up of, like, believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, or whatever it is that we teach these kids to believe in. And then we wonder why, as adults, it's hard to face reality. Now, I'm not poo-pooing any of those, right? But think about it. We teach people to believe in something that's not real, and then we wonder why our feelings get so crushed. Our path that we're supposed to follow in life and have, and that abundance and that happiness, all of that is gone because of silly things like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, the business, angel that is supposed to be there and help you, and all of that other stuff. And then you start to ask yourself, well, the people in the Bible, they didn't live during social media time and the world of today. So how can they help me? How can they help my life? How can they help my business? Guys, if I'm in your head and you're wondering if I, like, have the secret spot where I can hear everything that you're thinking, let me know in the comments if you're relating to this. Some of you might even say, but where are the mighty prophets of today? Where are they at? Are they here just for my money? All these people who want to help you, they say they want to help you, but everybody wants to charge you. Everybody wants you to pay something. It's all about the money to them, right? That, only broke people say that, right? Only, I say uneducated ignorance of what it takes to build a business, what it takes to make things happen. Those are the conversations that you have when you're not ready to go to that next level. And you begin to think, like, why does he allow me to suffer and don't answer my prayers? Right? Why didn't he make it easier to understand the Bible and how to apply the word to my situations and the problems I'm facing today? Have you ever felt that way? Is that a thought? See, anytime you start blaming others, God, for what's happening and where you're at, I always just say, if you blame is lame, and you will never, never, never become who you were supposed to be. You will remain the same. If you blame is lame, and you will stay the same. Remember that and change that. This is why we're sharing this with you. You might even ask, y'all, is God still in the miracle business? Was that of yesteryears when they talk about that? Can I expect, you may say to yourself, can I really expect a miracle in my life? Can I expect a miracle in my spiritual life, to my health, to my family, to my business, to my finances, my friends, my neighborhood, my country? Will anything ever get better? What does it take to see a miracle in today's world? And then you go and you're like, man, but they make it look so super easy online. Or the people that I see, why don't I just cross back over? The sinners are winning. Sinning is winning. They're doing great. They're out partying. They're having a great time. They're doing and saying anything and get a sale to make something happen. It's like, why don't I just go back? Why don't I just give up? Right? I don't want you to do that. That's why we're going to go over this series. You might think, like, okay, all these gurus online, they're prospering big time. They have their fancy, flashy cars, diamonds, $1 million homes, exotic vacations, and that perfect family. Viral videos, you see those on the riots, the hates, the protesting. Politicians are dividing this world, or only focusing on their agenda. You got that 24-hour news cycle sucking you in and on their opinions. And here's what you don't get. They teach you how to think. When I think about that, that 24-hour news cycle, if you go study and do the history of when the news station and when this world was, when the U.S. was created, right? They talked about, not too far from where I'm at, in Canton, Ohio, how they came together and said, give us 18 months, and we'll have everybody thinking the way we need them to think. That's how people are. That's how this world was created. That's how the lack is here, because right now, the enemy has control over this world. And we need to understand that if you want to change your life, you got to face the facts and the truth as to what's happened. And you got to be in this world, but not of this world. You got sex, drugs, alcohol, violence, all of that stuff. You can see it at any time, any day, online, any second, by just picking up your phone. Your phone has everything right there. And you wonder why you can't get your business done. Your attention is gone. You wonder why stuff is happening, because all of a sudden you're trying to do something, and then you find yourself reading, watching, listening to someone else's agenda. This is why I tell everybody, never have on any notifications. Let you be the one to decide when and how long you're going to scroll and you're going to look at something, or when you're going to answer a messenger. All of my notifications, except for my phone and my text, are off. Or if I'm doing a project, I just turn the silence off. I'm doing this, my ringer is completely turned off. Do you ever turn your ringer off? Do you ever take yourself away from all of this stuff, and you wondering why you're feeling like you're feeling? It's because of what they're feeling in your head, what you're allowing, okay? Because you have a choice to be filled into your head. When it comes to your TV, my TV comes on at if I'm listening to a tape on YouTube or something like that, I'll turn it on about 4 or 6 in the morning, where I'm listening to, some preaching, teaching, or training or something like that. Then it goes off with, about 6 to 8. That's all I listen to. And then at night I'll turn it on 9. Sometimes I'll get like 10, 20 minutes of what's happening in the world. That's about all I can take. And then I go to bed with listening to something about God, something about business, something about training. Like, what is your day looking like? What are you engulfed in on your TV? Has it consumed you? The only day that I will allow myself to watch some movies and do something exciting on that is generally Saturday night to Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. That's it. So how are you maintaining your life? By blocking all of the negativity out. Even on social media, you decide who follows you. You can block who follows you. You can just go search them and see it if you need to see it for a second and what's happening. But you control what comes up on your cell phone, how often you watch that 24-hour news station, what plays on your computer, what's on your laptop. You are the only one who can control that. So, are you willing to control it? Are you willing to turn off all your notifications and monitor your time on social media, monitor your activities and everything that you're doing so that you can change your life? If you are, this will help you, y'all. And the other thing that will help you, if you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, we also have a new planner that just came out that will literally help you with all of this planning so that you can get things in place, meditate on God. Like I'm not even talking about that today, but as soon as I said that, I thought about, like, man, you need to have that in order to make that happen. The book is gold, the planner is silver, so I call that the silver and gold combination will change your life. So make sure you reach out to me and let me know how you can get a copy of our book and our planner to make that happen. See, here's what happens. You just sit there for hours. You consume all of that stuff. And because you're so desensitized to it, you do it without even feeling a drizzle, not even a drizzle of hate, of anger, or grief, like no emotions, because it's so normal to see, riots taking place, someone getting shot or killed or stuff like that. Unless it hits home, you just like you're void of emotions. You don't even have a drizzle of it. Is that how we should be? That's not how the world should be, right? At all. And you're like, well, what does this have to do with business? Everything. Because if you can't get your mind focused to do what you need to do, instead of focusing on all of that other stuff, that lack that's on you will keep attacking you. And we want to remove that. So they make it look so easy, and you steadily thinking, I should just go back over there and hang out with them. I don't want you to do that, because if you look closer and you peer into their eyes, see, here's what you're going to see. Here's what you're going to see that they don't show. They got fear in their eyes, and you'll see the hurt. You'll see the realization that the world is truly, truly out of control, and things aren't working the way it looks good. We used to say they look good, smell good, but they broke, or they look good, smell good, but they're not happy about anything. Like, you don't want that. You can have it all. God said, I came that you may have hope, that you may have it, life, and you may have it more abundantly. He wants you to have joy and excitement. So when you're thinking about giving up, when you're thinking about going back over to that way of the world, I want you to stop the scroll of where you're going through in life, the scroll on your phone, the scroll in your mind, and think about all the fantasy that they put in front of you, the advertisements, the bigger than life moments, so that you can sneak in a few minutes of a luck hour of bliss that you can get excited. I think about on Sundays, I love watching romantic movies. Probably because I don't have that in my life, right? And so, but I love watching it, and it gives you that like smiley feeling, and you're like, oh, right? Instead of doing the things that you need to do in order to have the things that you want to have, right? I'm speaking to myself right now. Yeah. So thank y'all for joining me while we had this conversation. Perhaps, you're trying to find that heaven on earth experience to get away from the ugliness, from the hate, from the rhetoric, from the loneliness, from the pandemics, from the divisions on the left and right, from the haves, from the have-nots, all of this stuff. You're like, man, just let me watch a movie. Let me just go on a run. Let me just do something so I can take my mind away from what's really happening. But see, here's what happens. If you don't transform your mind, if you don't transform your thinking, if you don't recognize what's happening, guess what? You go right back to that, and you spend decades, years, lifetimes in this mindset, in this situation, and it never changes. Not because God didn't want it to change, it's because you didn't do what you needed to do in order to make it happen. And as we say, not on our watch. If you're willing and you're ready and you want us to help you, then I say to you, stick around as we go through this series. Get in our academies, get in our groups, because we're about to take that to a whole new level. Not because of us, y'all, because this is the assignment that I 100% believe God has put me here to do right now. Because 2 years ago, you know me, I'm in business, but I wasn't talking about God, right? This wasn't what I was talking about. But once I'm in and I'm all in on something and I'm ready for it, even though he had always been in my heart, it wasn't always coming out of my mouth and part of my being. But sometimes I think that's why he chose me, because he know when I go in, I'm all in, and we're going to win at this. We're going to make it happen. We're going to change lives. We're going to impact people. And it's not me that's doing it. He's just using me in order to make this happen. And I'm grateful for that, so that we can help some people. So you got to say, here is what takes you here's what takes you allowed to take you away from your happy land. Like, what have you done in your life that all of this takes you away from becoming who you were born to be, having what you want to have? See, when you look at the commercials, the sales pitches, the sexy bodies, the glamorous lifestyles, the fancy cars, those luxurious vacations, the lavish living, the romantic movies, the humorous moments, and any other gadget, trinket, or anything else that they throw at you, that the enemy put in front of you so it can take your focus off of God and what he has and what assignment he has for you, and what you need to do, and what business he wants you to run. See, all of this stuff that I just listed there, all of that is just taking you away. It's taking you away. I'm not saying that you can't have it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't even want to have it. But if you're so focused on being in fantasy land and you're not doing the work to make it a reality, none of that will ever happen. You can think it, wish it, ooh it, all you want, but unless you put in the work, and that work could be a miracle, like, because you put God first, he will miraculously come down, make something happen for you overnight that you yourself could have never done. That's what you have to look at. So what I'm doing now is I want to share some verses with you, and I want you to screenshot these, because I want you to ask yourself, of the 168 hours that you have besides Sunday, are you truly focused on God? Are you truly putting him first? He says in Psalms 37:40, delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. How do you delight yourself in him? What does that word mean to you? Psalms 37:5 says, commit thy way into the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Are you committed? Are you trusting? Or are you just wondering why things aren't coming to pass? What about Proverbs 16, 1 and 3? The preparation is in the heart of man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Like, you can have your plans, but he's going to direct your steps. Like I told you guys, this wasn't my plan, but I said, you call me, I'm coming, and I'm going to make it happen the way you wanted to make it happen. It's not about me, it's about him. This is the first business that I literally have felt that way about. Everything else was about making money. Proverbs 16:9 said, Matthew 6:21 says, for where your treasures are, there will your heart be also, right? So where does your treasures lie? Do they lie in your phone? Do they lie in your TV? Do they lie in, like, what do they lie in? Where do your treasures lie? Proverbs 16:9 said, a man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directs his steps, right? So get your heart right. Just get it right. Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things should be added unto you. So let's just talk about that word first. Seek ye first. So when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Do you seek him first when you wake up? Do you wake up and be like, hey, God, thank you. Like, what do you need me to do today? Thank you for this breath. What you working on so I can get in on it? Like, what do you need me to do? Or do you wake up with your agenda? So you gotta challenge yourself. It's not that his word ain't working. It's not that he ain't working. It's the things that we do that are not working. Psalms 37:1-4 says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither by thou envious against those workers of iniquity. Like, you got to think about all of these things. I can go on and on and on, guys. There's a Bible verse out there related to the desires of your heart. Do you have them? Do you know what they are? Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, lean not into thy own understanding. Do you even go to him? Or do you just make the decisions on your own? And going to him could be something as simple as, okay, God, you know what, this opportunity came to me, like, what do you think about it? How do you feel? See, because when you're feeling uneasy about something, you'll know it's not from him. You got all these doubts, but you move forward anyway, right? You gotta, he says that, my people know, they hear me, they know my voice, and he hears us. We know him and he knows us. Just like you say, I know my kids. God says, I know you, right? You got to know him. Romans 8:2-8. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. How about Proverbs 13:12? Hope deferred make the heart sick, but when the desires come, it's a tree of life. See, he wants you to have hope. He wants you to have all of this. Proverbs 3:5-8. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. I think I just said a part of that. Psalms 20:4. Grant thee according to thy own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. See, guys, I can keep going on. All of these, you need to take all of these, screenshot them, pause this video if you're watching and doing the replay, go look them up, put them on little cards for yourself, and then read them every morning, every night, all day long, during the day, at lunch, breakfast, morning, dinner, whatever the case is. Matthew 7:8, for everyone that asketh, receiveth, okay? Everyone that asketh, receiveth, and he that seeketh, findeth, and to him that knocketh, it shall be open. Like, are you asking? Are you seeking? Or are you just like occasionally toe dipping in with God? What are you doing? See, all of this stuff is affecting your business. Yes, you can see people out there in the world winning in business who don't have any of this. But what we're talking about, that whole glory that comes with having him in your life, that whole feeling of, that you just can't explain. And God is so irresistible. And you just like that love that just covers you and encompasses you. Those are the things that people on the other side they don't experience that. And trust and believe. I've been on both sides. And let me tell you, this side is so much better. Proverbs 3 and 6 says, well, 1 Peter 5 and 7 said, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Like he cares for you. He cares for you. I care for you. He wants you to have success. He wants you to have a great life. Proverbs 3 and 6, in all their ways acknowledge him and he shall direct the paths. Are you acknowledging him in all your ways? Are you acknowledging him in your business? Are you acknowledging him when you talk to your clients or your customers? Are you acknowledging him in everything that you do? Psalms 21 and 2, thou hast given him his heart's desires and has not withholded the request of his lips. So like what came out of your lips when you seek him and you put him first and you honor him and you give him the glory, he does not deny anything that comes out of your lips when you do what his word says. Is it going to happen overnight? No, but guess what? It can happen a lot quicker than you ever thought imaginable. You just got to make that decision to do it. So with that being said, after I read all of those scriptures, after I talked to you about that, and I asked you this question, are you truly focusing on God? See, you thought you had. Maybe you thought because you went to church and you're doing these things or whatever you're doing that it would make you happy, but you've seen sad and you're broken business and the owners, like you have all these thoughts of all these things and you thought that all of this is what would make you happy, but it hasn't. It's only left you sad and broken, and you see other business owners and rich people and people doing all of this stuff, and you're like, but what about me, right? You think the gurus and the celebrities online lives are better than yours? Stop comparing yourself to someone's chapter 1 to your chapter 1 in someone else chapter 30. You don't know what they've been through in life. You don't know what it took for them to get there. So you have to embrace your moment, the moment that you're in during your time. Keep your focus on you. You even look at the athletes and the politicians and you're like, they have it better, they have it faster, they have more fun. Then you think that everything they have is so much better than what you do. But is it? Again, don't compare yourself. Don't measure yourself. Are you consumed so much of all this propaganda and all of this fantasy way of living that you convince yourself that over there, their life, being in sin, doing the things that other people are doing is way better than what you're doing? Because if you have, I want you to check yourself, as they say, before you wreck yourself. You must do that. Are you focusing on God? You thought, when you look at that, perhaps instead, if you have that mirror moment again and you're true to yourself, perhaps you're focused on all of this instead. And the reason why your life isn't changing, because you don't have all that stuff. And you're thinking, I don't have it, but I'll never have it, right? You feel poor. You sickness hit your family. The job market is bad, and either you're overworked or underpaid. You're trying to get out of that job. You're trying to start your business. There's trouble in your family, and yet again, the month end before the money ended before the money before your next payday, right? It's like your money is here and your month is there. Your bills are here and your money is there. See, all of this stuff you're focused on instead of God, right? You're focused on that situation. And because all of those thoughts are going into your head, you can't get out of your way so you can have a better way. You got to learn to change your thinking. If you can't change, you got stinking thinking, you got to change that if you want to have a different life. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Guys, is this making sense? Are you having some of these thoughts? Or maybe you're having these thoughts the pain that you're feeling is unbearable. You've gone through so much. Bills are piling up. Your taxes are due or overdue. You constantly get bad news, headaches, more bad news, no vacations, or you went on a horrible vacation. Like nothing ever goes right in your life, right? You say the food prices up, the gas prices up, your weight's up, your cars break down. Like every time something comes out of your mouth, like he says, I'll give you what comes out of your mouth. All of these things has been what's coming out of your mouth. And you're wondering why you keep getting them, because you keep talking about them. And I hope right there you had that aha moment that you need to stop talking about it. You can even go on, you're like, oh, my roof is leaking. The kids need braces. You ran the red light because you was going too fast. School. Oh my God, I got another ticket. I got more bills. I got more problems. It's COVID, it's cancer, it's arthritis, diabetes, shoulder pains, back pains, knee pains. Should I take the COVID shot or not? Oh, I got another child sick. Oh, I need some new clothes. Like all of these thoughts are coming, like they can come in your head, but why are you letting them come out your mouth? If they come out your mouth, you're going to keep receiving them. You're going to keep getting them. You try to get your business going, and all you say is, man, I'm trying to get this business off the ground. I need more leads. I need more customers. I need to market more. Nobody ever buys from me. No one answers the phone. Nothing ever goes right. This client just charged back. No one's talking to me. I got bills due. Like all of this stuff that's coming out your mouth. Guess what? You're getting exactly what came out. So don't you want to stop that? See, all we do is we win, no matter what. And as the song say, we stay there. So the key, guys, is to get you in that winning zone, to stop you from talking about all of this negative stuff. Oh, I asked God again. Where's God? See, you're like, I prayed. I read my Bible. I planted that seed. I paid that tithe. I gave to the needy. I fed that neighbor. I helped that coworker. But why does God not speak to me? Why does he not hear me? Why does he not help me? Why is he talking to me? See, you want everybody to see life through your eyes. You want everybody to see what you see, to feel what you feel, to understand you. You wake up and you feel good, but then all of a sudden, problems never seem to go away. Another family member just passed away, just died. Your spouse wants a divorce. Y'all are constantly arguing. Your boss is demanding. The customers are charging back. Your loan was just denied. You can't finance your business. Your friend betrayed you. The drugs, the alcohol, the disrespect in your family is just taking over. See all of this stuff, and you're like, why me, Lord? Why me? You try prayer. You wanted to feel better. It didn't work. You see a live or you see a video, and they're all talking about that good life, the miracles, the money, and the success. And you're thinking, can I just get a shot? Can I just have a chance to have it all? For once, why can't it be me? What did I ever do to deserve to live like this? I've helped so many people. I gave $5 in church. I gave a lot of money to help my family. I paid for everyone's lunch. I always bought birthdays, Christmas presents, and gifts for everyone. I tithed when I could. I really wanted to give 10%. You know my heart, God, but I just didn't do it. I never had enough money left over for my success. And then, just when you think you're making it, what happens? Great. Not another problem. You got pain in your chest. You're coughing, you're aching, you're sneezing. Your kids and grandkids are tripping. They doing some crazy stuff. Your nieces and nephews only call you when they want something or need something. Your brothers and sisters always got something to say, but they never help out with your mother or father. Your neighbors and your social media trolls need to mind their own business and stay out of yours. Like, have you had those feelings? And then you be like, that hella looked me dead in the face and didn't say anything, right? They said absolutely nothing. They said they were going to call me and they didn't. They said they were going to buy and they didn't answer the phone. Really? Like, can I get a break? That scale is tripping. It said I gained 3 pounds over the weekend. And then as soon as you walk out, you're like, no, they didn't just eat that last piece of cake, right? And you got to be kidding me, right? You go outside, you get ready to go to work or you get ready to do something, and you're like, my car is not starting. My account's overdrawn. Like, all of these problems, they're facing you. They're breaking you. Yet someone else just got shot or they got arrested. Breaking news about what now? What's happening now? The government is fighting about what now? The bill collectors are blowing up your phone. You find out you had something planned, but it's gonna rain, it's gonna snow, or it's a heat wave. They need to borrow money again. Oh my God, I gotta go to another funeral. I can't believe they just died. They done spent their lives in church. Like, why is all this happening? It just never stops. See, these are the things that are consuming you and allowing you to miss out on what God has for you because you don't know how to separate your thoughts and what's happening around you to what God has for you and what he says for you. Because see, here's what you say. It never stops. I'm hurting again. I can't sleep. Who can I trust? Who can I talk to? Who cares? Who's helping me? Does anyone really care? And then you're like, nope, I don't get it, right? I pray. My prayers don't really work. I plant seeds. What's a seed anyway, right? What does that even mean anyway, like a seed? You talk about just believe in what? See, now you're frustrated, right? You're like, source, God being my source. What, huh? What you talking about, Willis? Like, what's going on? My needs? God can meet all my needs, so why isn't he? Okay, go ahead, tell me more. I hear you, but right, like that's what you're probably yelling at me and saying on this live right now. Land of milk and honey, where's that at on the map? Right now, you go from being mad and angry to sarcastic. Are you following me? Have you been through all of these emotions? You're wondering how, when, where. God, help me, please. When are you going to show up? See, you got to get to a point in your life where you know all of this is happening. And the reason why I've spent the last hour just saying more negative things than I probably have said in the entire, 10, 20 years of coming out of my mouth, because I've trained myself. And I want to help train you to talk things as you want them to become, to speak things as the way the word said it should be, to know how to, when that negative thought comes into your mind, to get it out immediately, to know the cadence that's needed, the discipline that you must have in order to get your thoughts focus on God and the way he wants you to have those thoughts focus on him. So if you want the answer to attacking your lack in life and business, we got it. And we want to share it with you. But you must tune in next Thursday as we continue this series and we talk more about that. But in the meantime, y'all, you can join the movement. You can get more help a lot quicker and grow in your faith and finances through entrepreneurship And to help attack your lack, just go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, BibleBusinessAcademy.com, download our free report on how to build a business with biblical principles and read it, because it's going to talk to you a little bit about some of this stuff as well. I also want you to watch that video, Is God Calling Me to Start a Business? If you already have a business and it's not moving where you need it to go, watch it still, because there's certain things in there that you're like, maybe, maybe this is why I'm stuck. Or you can go on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we got tons of videos out there that you can watch. Find one that relates to you. And then here's what I really, really want you to do. I want you to book a strategy call, because when we get on the phone and I hear what you want to do, what you feel God has called you to do, and what's stopping you, we can break that cycle. We can help you have a breakthrough and get to that next level. And I promise you this, even if you decide that I'm not the one you want to do business with, you're going to leave that phone call with some knowledge and excitement of, you can do this, that you can make this happen, and we want to help you to do that. And when you join our academies, guys, when you join our memberships, we got a gift for you, and it's coming to you. We want you to feel like God loves giving things to us. He wants us to go to that next level. He'll give us whatever comes out of our mouth. I want you to remember that. So if you listen, learn to start listening. I'm sharing those things because I want you to listen, even if you have to do this. Like, remember the guy in the Bible who was having a baby, and he was silenced because nothing negative needed to come out of his mouth during that time, so that what God said will come to pass will come to pass. Like, think about that. He got silenced. Nobody can silence you or put a muzzle on your mouth so that you won't speak negativity out of it. So you got to learn how to do that on your own. So if you're ready to start to scale or soar business so you can help grow your life and God's kingdom and grow in your faith and finances, let us show you how. I just text LACK to 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, or you can call us at 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, or send us an email, and I promise you we will respond to you. So now I'm going to go back over and see if we have any comments or any questions on that. And so now I can see you guys. I'm going to switch myself over here. And I'm also going to go. I don't see anything in the chat. If you got any questions or in the chat, you can go ahead and put those in there, guys. In the meantime, let me show this. So to download that free report, you can go to How to Grow a Business with Biblical Principles. That's at BibleBusinessAcademy.com. You can also order our planner at believeandgrowrich.org, believeandgrowrich.org. So you can just go right there to order it. And if you go to, I would suggest going here first, where our new book that's coming out, I'm actually giving it away, some free copies. So go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/book, and you'll find a lot of great value inside of there that you could take. So are there any questions? If you have any questions or you want to share something, let me know and do that now. If not, guys, you have an amazing, amazing evening. And I will see you next Thursday, unless you're in our group. And last Friday, I popped in there. I'm going to be doing more of that so that we can help you move quicker to where you want to get to, and so that you can do what God wants you to do and make life happen the way He wants it to happen for you. Hope this brought you value. Again, make sure you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, and let's do something big and miraculously and live out the life that God called us to, and help grow that kingdom. So when we get up there one day, they're going to be like, dang, if it wasn't for that live you did, that business you had, all of that stuff, whatever you're doing, they're going to be like, it was because of you that helped change me. So let God use you to help people to get into heaven, to get into the kingdom. Make it bigger than just your business. Make it about doing his life, doing his will for your life. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.